Is it a harmless time-wasting app? Yes. Or is it a toxic Trojan horse that is poisoning our children and destroying our nation? Perhaps that is the central debate over what to do about TikTok. And if it is the latter, what do you do about that? So glad you said Jimmy. I wouldn't have remembered that.
Who would have even known? Let me just jump in here. What a missed opportunity. What China is doing is specifically nefarious because they don't have this version of TikTok. I actually think beyond stealing our data, if you read the user agreement, we can do anything. They're like, we can put a... But I do think on a superficial level, too, beyond stealing our stuff, I actually think China is punking.
For St. Patrick's Day last Friday, interviewing drunk people, and there's one kid, I was like, what are you drinking? He's like, Borg. I'm like, is that an energy drink? Like, but
drink.
It's,
Pour a gallon of whiskey, but you're supposed to...
Tito's.
Yes, but it's supposed to slow you down over time by
because they've also got
electrolytes and hydration elements. But what is TikTok in the end but digital Legos? It's a way of...
The Beeson Challenge, where you put Burt's Bees on your lips and your eyes, and they're like, people are going blind from this. I'm like, you know, Darwin Awards.
That's what I mean.
That's right. Just when you thought the Hunter Biden probe couldn't get any weirder, listen to this juicy little chestnut. But what about the truthful part? That millions of dollars went to the Biden's checking accounts, and we know this from the Bank of America transcripts. Now, new emails from 2015 show that then Vice President Biden's office tried to squash a news story about Hunter. So with all this smoke, is there any fire? Joining me now in studio, a podcast about Gwyneth Paltrow. It comes out tomorrow. Kennedy Saves the World.
Ooh.
So you and I are in lockstep, madam.
Good.
Yep. It's good to know.
I can't wait to listen to that.
Yeah, I hope you love it.
I have yet to film mine. It's tomorrow. So if you have any tips for me, let me know.
So, Mike, here we go. From Delaware. They're still doing that. Does that surprise you?
Not at all. I think
Biden. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. But how do people? How is that okay? Like, hey man, I watched a TikTok video. You got to go, oh, I had no idea. Oh no, you're good. You're totally free. Sorry about the inconvenience.
Yeah. Well, they say it's a dangerous thing to do.
It really is.
Yeah.
How many cars have you stolen?
Not enough. They are, because it's easier, and you make the point here that
Didn't even show up. I was like, I don't think it's a crime anymore. I really don't. And and that was before this insane crime wave.
Best anti-theft device is a dead battery. So
Or
that's where
a dead person in the driver's seat. All rise. I think it's 3. I don't know. Are you ready for case number 1, Mike?
Yes, Your Honor.
Here we go. Mississippi man bites off man's to have his own nose removed.
I can't win them all.
And he has to live like that, and he does not get to own a chimp.
All right.
So there you go. That's case number 1. That's done. In the books. Case number 2, 1.
Thank you.
Let's see if you can improve your odds with this. Case number 3. Okay, North Carolina man loses finger. Very quick. In attempted burglary. Phenomenal. Kennedy scored a nail biter to the very end. Thank you so much, Joe, Abby, Mike. Beautiful. Topical storm is next. You heard me. Clarice. Hi. A Las Vegas brothel known as the Chicken Ranch is offering free sex for life to new Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. It sounds ridiculous, but knowing the Raiders' offensive line, this might be the only time he gets decent protection. Send in the punt team. This is the topical storm. Topic number 1. We begin tonight in Seattle, where local businesses are underwater. We're happy to report that nobody was hurt in the hullabaloo, but local officials are calling it the city's biggest disaster since Pete Carroll decided to pass at the goal line in Super Bowl 49. Don't come at me, Seahawks fans. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And for the record, I was going to tell a Nirvana joke, but I said never mind. Topic number 2. We now head to the Detroit Metro Airport, where customs officials captured 6 endangered African snails. Now, to be clear, they are not on the verge of going extinct, but they're considered endangered because they're in Detroit. Let's head to the land of misfit toys, to a place we call Florida. A man was arrested for hitting his girlfriend with a slice of pizza. Apparently, she didn't want to share his breadstick. What if you're picking up what I'm putting down in the Domino's delivery van? Woo! Our show's most passionate fans have once again voiced their opinions, but you probably couldn't hear them through the prison glass, so allow me to pick up the phone and translate. It's time for viewer mail. Nash starts us off with, at Kennedy Nation, you are an awful example for a young woman. Yeah, Nash, but I am a great example for a young man. I'll see you after the show. Kathy writes in, you're a very negative person. You must be a leftist dem. This is from the she thought I was Jessica Tarlov category. There are constant tweets from people who think they see me on the fire like, you really like President Biden. You're awful. Jane tweets, at Kennedy Nation, why do you always scream with the mic on? Because I like to rock, yeah, woo. By the way, it was Yacht Rock night. Pat leaves us with, the old Kennedy was a thoughtful, cool woman. Now she is a complete failure at comedy. Your balls are a failure, Pat. Thanks so much for watching the best hour of your day. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kennedy Nation, Facebook Kennedy FBN, email KennedyFBN@FoxBusiness.com. Please subscribe to my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, FoxNewsPodcast.com. If you can't watch the show, Kennedy DVR, and make every day a Kennedy. Night.